Located in the municipality of Saipu, 20 miles east of Helsinki, the cave known as the Temple of Lemminkäinen has recently made international headlines. Excavators claim to be on the brink of finding a treasure of immeasurable worth. The Lemminkäinen treasure was first mentioned in 1984 when Eeyore Bock, a local landowner, announced that his family lineage was one of the oldest in Scandinavia. He told a press conference that he was a direct descendant of Lemminkäinen, and the only trouble with this claim is that Lemminkäinen was a mythological shaman, and this is akin to claiming divine descent from a gnome. Nonetheless, Bock said a cave on his ancestral estate was home to the fabled Lemminkäinen temple, in which he believed countless generations of ancient Finnish pagan treasures had been stashed there. Bock's inventory included tens of thousands of jewels and ancient artefacts, and this included life-size gold statues of Lemminkäinen, all of which he said were kept in several interconnected chambers over thousands of years. And he said that the temple entrance was sealed up with a huge stone slabs in the 10th century to protect it from invading Swedish and Swiss armies. The Mirror reported that the team now believe 50,000 gemstones including rubies, sapphires, emeralds and diamonds are hidden in the underground temple. Furthermore, they believe several 18-karat gold life-size statues in human form await discovery. According to the report, a list of amateur archaeologists from at least 5 countries have offered their assistance in any treasure recovery excavations. According to Bock, the lost entrance will be found 50 feet below the surface and 150 feet from the cave's entrance. And just last month, the team found an ancient axe in the search for the $15 billion hoard. And it's thought that the cave's entrance has remained undisturbed ever since the 10th century, when it was filled with mud and clay in the Middle Ages. Proof of the temple's existence has been elusive, despite a decades-long effort by international treasure hunters and hundreds of professional excavations. The ancient axe, which was buried on a mound of granite rubble and clay, is thought to be over 1,000 years old. While its wooden handle has long since rotted away, its anatomy and metallic composition is said to be perfectly reflecting the type of axes used by Vikings in this period, and the location where it was discovered is said to lend a firm weight to the notion that the cave was purposely filled in by hand and not by the natural build-up of silt over the centuries. This team of 12 archaeologists has spent the last 37 years and more than 100,000 hours removing mud and rock from the cave in the hope of accessing its main chamber and striking lucky. Historian and author Carl Borgen, the world's leading authority on the Lemminkäinen Hoard, and he has been in regular contact with the Temple 12 since their excavations began in 1987, and he is one of only a handful of outsiders that they confide in. In his book, Temporarily Insane, he chronicles their quest, and the book gets its name from the group's blinkered, often dangerous obsession. Commenting on the discovery of the axe, he said, "The group's discovery is very certainly the first real evidence of the existence of the temple here." And he goes on to say, "It is my understanding that the axe is of Viking origin, and that its presence in that part of the cave, buried as it was under rubble and clay, very strongly supports the story that access to the temple was blocked to prevent access to the temple below." The hoard is believed to lie within the labyrinth Saiborsberg cave system, close to the coastal resort of Gumborstrand, 20 miles east of Finland's capital, Helsinki. References to the temple have appeared in Finnish folklore, and this dates back nearly 3,000 years. Eeyore Bock claims that his family had been the keeper of secrets and guardians of the cave's treasures since the 10th century when it was blocked. The landowner revealed the temple's existence to the SKS archives in Helsinki in 1987, which documents the oral and written cultural heritage of Finland to ensure its untold story would not die with him. Since then, news of the so-called Bock saga had spread worldwide, and the possibility of finding the temple's entrance had attracted the attention of historians, corporate sponsors and professional archaeologists from around the world, capturing the imagination of treasure hunters who flocked to the site in search of gold and glory. Among them was a group of 24 like-minded strangers, 12 men and 12 women, who joined forces with Eeyore Bock to become the site's first and only permanent self-funded excavation team. Since that time, Most of the original party have either left or died, including Bok himself, who was murdered by a personal assistant in 2010. There are now a dozen members, 2 of whom were part of the original 24, the Temple 12 as they have become known, and they camp nearby and spend each summer hunting for proof that Bok's claims of an undiscovered treasure were true. And they have just discovered the axe this season. The tool weighs 713 grams, it's about 20 centimetres in length, and it's made with the sparing use of iron. Based on the size of its central eye, it is believed to be the exact same style, weight and metallic composition of other Viking axes of this period. And since there were no Finnish Viking settlements, it is assumed to have been obtained by local pagans through trade. And according to the Temple 12, the axe's discovery proves that Bok's story of the $15 billion hoard is true. The team now plan to put everything they've got into clearing the remaining silt and locating the temple's chambers. This should be easier this year, they say, thanks to a donation of dynamite. But what do you guys think about a $15 billion hoard in Finland? Comments below, and thank you for watching.